I'm in Walkabout Mini Golf right now, and what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna give you, just a hands-on experience of what this is like while using this device connected to my Oculus Quest 2 controller. So first thing I'm gonna do is probably just something real simple. I'm probably just gonna do the driving range just to kind of warm up for a moment. Okay, so now we're in the driving range, and I'm just gonna. One cool thing too is that what I really like is that you can actually, I need to go back to where I was. You can actually adjust your angle. If you're not happy with it, you can adjust the angle of where you are. So I'm using this device. Like I said, I'm not a professional golfer, so if my stance looks off or my swing looks bad, hey, it is what it is. I'm just very casual with this. So I'm just gonna see if I can get a few of these in. Okay, not bad on the first try. Now the one thing that I'm noticing is that, like I said before, it's amazing just how real this feels. YouTube! If you're watching this channel right now, man, you already know you're spending some downtime with Demille. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day whenever you're seeing this video. So this video is a video that I'm really excited about because I'm gonna do a product review, and I was asked to do a product review from someone that found me on Instagram. That is at Get Freebies Club. So they reached out to me and they saw that I was following Golf Plus, and they wanted me to do a review of this particular device, which is basically a VR golf club accessory. It's not really a golf club per se, but it's something that really enhances the experience while you're playing VR golf games. Like, for example, Walkabout Mini Golf or Golf Plus. This gives you the pretty much is going to simulate the feel of an actual swing versus just using the standard Oculus controller. So I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to do a brief unboxing. I'm going to do a demo of it in action while I'm playing Walkabout Mini Golf, and then I'm going to come back with some final thoughts and let you know what I think about it. So before I get into that, if this is your first time visiting the channel and if you like the content that I produce, don't forget to leave a Hulk smash on that like. Likes really help the channel out. Take a moment and hit that like. It's free. It doesn't cost you a penny. I promise you. It's totally free. Also, if you really like the content that I produce on this channel, consider hitting that subscribe, and also if you hit that notification bell, you'll be notified every time a new video goes live on this channel. So before I get into just what I'm going to talk about with this accessory for the Oculus Quest, I'm also going to let you guys know about the good people over at VR Cover. You really need to check them out, especially if you have an Oculus Quest, and especially if you play a lot of games similar to Beat Saber or Cybrix, or maybe even Top Golf Plus or Walkabout Mini Golf. Any type of game where you're constantly having to swing with the possibility of hitting a wall or hitting somebody else or something like that. What's really cool about VR Cover is that they sell all kinds of accessories that will protect your Oculus Quest, whether it be an accessory for the lens to keep dead pixels from coming into the lenses, or if it's a halo cover for your controller. So if you accidentally hit a wall like I did some months ago, and I put a little divot in the Oculus controller, you won't have to worry about that. VR Cover takes care of all of that. Look, let's face it, you've invested $300 into this. You definitely want to make sure that it's well taken care of. So check them out, and they'll definitely have what you're looking for. Okay, so I want to put a disclaimer out there on this that, number one, I'm not a professional golfer. I don't even golf a whole lot. So I'm more of a casual golfer. I'll go to Top Golf every once in a while. Putt, something like that. So when you're watching this review, you're watching this from the perspective of just someone who loves technology, who is a casual golfer, so, you know, or just not even a casual golfer, but someone who really just goes to places like Topgolf and just plays for recreational purposes. So just keep that in mind as you're watching this review. Okay, so as again, I'll just say that this is the VR golf club. It's an accessory that goes right into the Oculus Quest. And my initial thoughts before I get into my final thoughts is that this is a really neat tool, because when you're playing certain games, you know, especially a golf game, I think that one of the things that you really want is that real world immersion. You're going to get the immersion just from having the Oculus headset on, but you also want to have it where whatever device you're using, like an input device, you know, that you're interfacing with, you want to have everything where it just feels real. And I believe this is going to do that, this device right here. So, you know, I think that you're going to see in the demo that I'm going to do when I'm playing Walkabout Mini Golf, you'll just see how realistic it is and how much it really helps just the overall experience. Feels pretty lightweight. I don't really know how it feels in relation to an actual golf club. I would say it's probably going to be better than just using a regular controller. So anyway, we're going to get out of that. We're just going to go right into the unboxing of this. You can see all the other little things that it comes with. And then we're going to go right into a demo of me playing Walkabout Mini Golf for the Oculus Quest 2. So without further delay, here we go! All right, and so here we are with the VR Golf Club handle accessory. I think you can see that in the video here. I'm just going to turn the box around just a little bit. These are just some of the features that it has. Telescopic rod, retractable golf clubs for practicality, silicone edge, grip with silicone edge for more comfort, anti-drop, adults and children can use. Okay, ergonomic design, that's good to know. Okay, well, let's go ahead and open this up and let's just see exactly what we have. And I'll tell you something, when you see the demo in just a moment, I'll go ahead and give a disclaimer. I am not a golfer. It is strictly for fun and recreation. So, you know, hey, don't laugh at me if my form doesn't look right. Okay, so I'm pretty sure this is the club itself, so I'm going to come back to that first. I'm just going to go to some of the accessories. So it looks like, oh wow, I didn't know that they came with this. With this, it actually comes with one, so that when you're swinging, just like you would a golf club, you're not going to accidentally hit anything, and you can protect it with these. So that's actually nice. I didn't know that this actually came with that. So it looks like you got one, and then you have the other side. What else do we have in the box? Installation instructions, golf grip accessories, if I can get it out, golf grip accessories, and let's see, I think that's the company that actually make this, Defanti. So you may want to follow them on Instagram or Twitter. And this looks like a strap that you can use, that I'll have to figure out how to put all of that in place. I believe this may be for this strap right here, I'm thinking. I'm just taking a guess. And the main event, of course, which you probably really want to see, is the club itself. So I'm taking it out of the really nice, comfortable plastic, and there it is. And so this is supposed to be retractable. So let's see. Ah, there it is. It is retractable. It sure is. So I'm just going to move that away so you can see it a little bit better. So you can adjust that length. Now, how this works, obviously, you can't play Golf Plus or Walkabout Mini Golf without having a headset. Well, not a headset, but a Oculus controller. So you put that controller right in there, just like that. And then right here, there is a button that I believe this goes backward. Let me just make sure. I want to make sure the camera can see that button. Yeah, see that? See that little lever? You slide that back and the Oculus controller goes right in there. So I'm just going to try this again. I'm going to slip this through like this, just like that. Oh, and another thing too that I did not know, when you put the Oculus controller in there, that little cradle that you stick it in, it actually moves. I thought it was static, but it's not. So you can actually move that back to your liking. And so what I'm gonna do is just pull that lever back. Let's see if I can get this without dropping it. So what I did was, I did have it in here like this, so that's the wrong way. You actually want to turn it this way, and it goes in much better. And then as you can see, right there, fits in there perfectly. So basically, the Velcro strap is what's used to hold that trigger in place while you're playing. So basically, all you're doing with the Velcro strap is you're just putting it around that controller, because the goal is just to secure it so that it doesn't move. So you're just putting that Velcro strap around there, just like how I'm doing here. I think you can see it in the video. And once I pull this through, like so, let me just pull it this way and fasten it, boom. Now the controller button is not moving, which is exactly the way we want. All I did with the string or the rope that comes with the Oculus controller, you just pull it through this hole, and you don't really want to put it in a real fancy knot because it may be hard to take off, but you're basically just putting that string right through that hole just to secure it. And like I said earlier in the video, this right here covers whatever half of the like, for example, this is the right controller for the Oculus, so this says R, so I'm just putting this piece of silicone over it, so it's on one side, and then you just got to do the other side. And so I'm just going to do the same thing, just going to pull that piece of plastic, and all you're doing is you're just getting it right over that little piece right there. All right. Okay. So now we have it where it's all finished. So you've got your Velcro securing the button to keep the button pressed down. You've got your strap right here that I just put in a real easy to come loose knot because I want to be able to take it off with no problem. And I got my silicone protector right here that'll protect the Oculus controller, so in case when I'm swinging, if I happen to bump it into something, it'll be protected. So it's good to go. All right, now let's go to the demo, and we'll just do a hands-on review of how this works with either Walkabout Mini Golf or Golf Plus. So here we go. So I'm in Walkabout Mini Golf right now, and what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna give you, just a hands-on experience of what this is like while using this device connected to my Oculus Quest 2 controller. So first thing I'm going to do is probably just something real simple. I'm probably just going to do the driving range just to kind of warm up for a moment. Okay, so now we're in the driving range, and I'm just going to... One cool thing too is that what I really like is that you can actually... I need to go back to where I was. You can actually adjust your angle. If you're not happy with it, you can adjust the angle of where you are. So I'm using this device. Like I said, I'm not a professional golfer, so if my stance looks off or my swing looks bad, hey, it is what it is. I'm just very casual with this. So I'm just gonna see if I can get a few of these in. Okay, not bad on the first try. Now the one thing that I'm noticing is that, like I said before, it's amazing just how real this feels. This feels, you know, I can remember when I've gone to Topgolf in the past, and this feels, you know, this is pretty much like the experience. But what I'm also noticing too is that the handle just feels really good in your hands. I would probably need to have like some professionals to really chime in who've used this, just to see if they feel as though this feels exactly like a you know, a real golf club. Now, the one thing that I would say too is that I think this would feel pretty awkward if it was just a controller. So I can tell you already, I'm liking the way that this feels. I really do. I'm gonna try to get one way over there in the distance real quick. Let's see. Okay, I'll just settle for that. But the main thing is that this feels good. And like I said before, if you ever wanted to retract this, you can make it even longer, you can make it shorter. So it really just depends on what your preference is. Like I could go just like this, you know, now it's extended out even more. Which actually is not bad. I may do that for me better. Yeah, not bad. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is see if I can go to the other part of the game. Go ahead and do a, let's see, we'll go ahead and just play a little bit here. This is just basically like your typical putt-putt right here. So it ought to be pretty cool. Let's check it out. Now again, one of the things is that, you know, if you're using your Oculus Quest controller with this device, just remember, like I said before, there's times where maybe you want to use like the thumbstick, you know, the thumbstick that's on there. You can still use that, but just when you're doing your basic putting, just like this, you don't really have to do that. You can really just hold it just like you would a golf club. This is pretty innovative, I think. Not bad for a first try. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and just teleport right there. And I'm going to step back a little bit. Okay. Alright. Good. Okay, so I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try this one. So like I say, I think that this feels really good in my hands. I really like the way how it feels. Feels very ergonomic, which is good. Very comfortable. And I think that gives you that experience that you would if you were playing golf or at Topgolf or at a real putt-putt golf facility. Yeah, it feels good. I really think, though, the biggest takeaway from this is that this really enhances your experience. I'm going to go right over there. I think this really, like I said before, you know, this is probably a big difference from using just a regular controller for the Oculus. This is a really, really good device. Yeah. And I think people that really enjoy playing golf, I think they're really going to enjoy this. Alright, this will be the last one. Alright, perfect, yeah, awesome. Okay, so with that said, I'm going to go ahead and end this video, this part of the video, which is the demo. We're going to go back into the studio with some final thoughts. So here we go. All right, and we are back with some final thoughts on this product that you can get for your Oculus Quest that really just enhances your experience while you're playing certain golf games. So my final thoughts is that one of the things that I really like about this is the feel. If I didn't mention that already, this feels really, really good. It feels, now I do know this, I do know that when you're holding a golf club, I do know that generally how it feels in the handle, this is very similar to that. This is more of a, it feels kind of like rubber, this part right here that I'm holding. This feels like rubber. It feels very sturdy. And if I didn't mention it already, this is a retractable. So you don't have to, leave it like this right here. You can also extend it and you can tighten it. And then that gives you even more of a, even more length or whatever if you need that. So one of the things that I really like about this too is that while you're playing, this is safe. You don't have to worry about this just coming out while you're swinging, because there's this little, it's like a lever that locks the Oculus controller in place. You probably can't see it that well, but if you can, let me see if I can just get it just right. Yeah, you can probably see it a little bit better right where my finger is. This actually comes up, so if I lift that up, now the Oculus Quest could come out, but once I release it, just like that, it locks it in place. So you don't have to worry about this, losing your Oculus Quest or just flinging it across the room. It's not gonna happen. Another thing too that I think is really cool, what Defanti included were the halo covers. They give you a half halo cover. So, you can't really see it that well, but if you look really, really closely, you can see the Oculus halo controller right here. And then you see this little piece of plastic on the edge. Well, that's one of the things that I showed in the unboxing that they actually give you. So, and I think that's good because, like, say for example, if you accidentally hit something, hey, it comes with it. So you don't have to worry about damaging your controller or whatever, because let's just face it, these things are probably pretty expensive to replace. And then too, I think the final thing that I would say about this is that when you're playing any kind of game, like especially like a golfing game, you want to feel, the whole point of VR is supposed to be virtual reality. You want to feel like you're there without actually feeling like you're there, or maybe you do want to actually feel like you're there. So having something like this is going to be a whole lot better than, it's going to give you, and I think this is more so for, purists who really enjoy a really good, game of golf without actually having to, go to the golf course. I don't think you want to have a controller where you're just holding the controller and you're swinging it. You want to have something in your hand that feels, like an actual golf club. And I think this is about as good as you can get it. So I personally think, if you're really into golf, and if you just love playing golf, and if it's a situation where maybe you're used to going to the golf course and maybe you just can't get there at that particular time, but you also have an Oculus Quest and you have Golf Plus or Walkabout Mini Golf, and you just want to know what it feels like, I do think this would probably be the next best thing to have, especially if you're serious about it. Because I think just people that probably don't really care about golf probably will be okay with just using a controller. But I think for serious people who really want that feel, I think this would probably be the closest thing that you can get to playing a VR golf game at home without having to go to a Topgolf or your golf course wherever you go. So I would highly recommend this. I'm going to leave in the description the Instagram of the person that actually sent this to me, and also the Instagram of the company that actually sells this. So you'll see that in the description. Just look for it, and I really would recommend this. So that's all I have as far as this awesome accessory. What did you guys think about it? Leave your thoughts down in the comments below. Question for you. For those of you who have played golf games, and if you've played VR Golf Plus, or if you've played Walkabout Mini Golf, which one is your favorite, and what is your accessory that you really like to use? Are you more of a controller for those games, or do you like using this type of device when you're playing your golf games? Leave those thoughts down in the comments below. Let's have a conversation about it. So thank you so much for watching this video. On the way out, hit that like if you like this video, share this video, and as I always say, if you can see this video, man, you are truly, truly blessed. And as I always say, what are you gonna do in your downtime? Peace! Subscribe!